Welcome back to the UIW Peck Em Podcast, your home for everything UIW football. I am your host, Jonathan Guajardo, joined by our other host,
Marcos, the man of many names.
Man of many names, and many predictions.
many predictions. Exactly. So, how was your week, man?
Oh man, it was good. It was a good week, and a good week for our Cardinals. Just been, excited for this next week. Obviously, we got a chance to look at our Cardinal team last week against UNC, and that was cool. We'll talk about that.
You had a rough week with your teams in general, besides UIW.
I had a rough week for my teams. So thank you for leading into that. But for those of y'all who don't know, and if you heard season 1, you probably know, but I teach over at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas, and I'm a big, longtime Aggie fan. And my A&M Aggies did not have such a good time last week but it was a good game until the very end. And, I think we'll be fine. 11-1, here we come, right? And, we'll see how that season goes. And then I looked to my other team, which is where I'm currently getting my PhD at Texas Tech University. And I looked there to see how they were doing, and it was the fourth quarter of A&M. Then I saw Texas Tech was in overtime with Abilene Christian, who we know too well from this podcast. And I was like, well, this is not going well. But of course, you could count on UIW to lift my spirits in our win last week over UNC. So
that's good. So at least we got that. And you were actually anything that stood out for UIW?
Yeah. So that was a really good game. And I will admit, and I was a little bit worried about that as well. I was like, well, I know you and I had some predictions last week for.
Oh, we had some big predictions.
So we were both a little off, actually.
A little.
Let's see. Last year we beat them 42-7. So there's that. But as far as our predictions for UIW last week, they were a little bit higher.
Oh yeah, I was saying we were gonna score like in the 40s, maybe the 50s. I don't really recall too much. I know you wrote it down somewhere, but you had to be closer though. You had it at like 30 something to like 14 or something like that. But
yeah, I think I called the 14 points or something.
Yeah, and you were like, it's gonna be a blowout, and I was like, it is gonna be a blowout. And
yeah,
it turns out it wasn't a blowout. But you know what? There were some highlights that came out. Right off the bat, on that 1340, we had a good series. We did 5 plays, 75 yards, and Taylor ran it in. So that was a 27-yard run that looked good. And then, after that, that's when it started getting a little sketchy. We're like, okay, 7-7. All right, what's going on? And then, I think in the second quarter, you saw that 46-yard pass from Calzada to Walthall. Man, that was a thing of beauty. And that was really beautiful. That's the Calzada that we know that from last year, that's just throwing bombs.
Beautiful arcs right to him.
Yeah. And credit to Walthall, because like Jalen was good getting that perfectly thrown ball at him. So that was pretty cool going into the half. And then we come back in the second half, and right off the bat, dude, we got that fumble off the kickoff. So that was pretty cool, and then that led into a 13-yard pass also to Logan Compton. That looked good. 2 plays, 16 yards, 37 seconds. So, special teams doing what special teams needs to do, and they got the ball back, and we ended up scoring again with Taylor, and it as much as we wanted a big blowout, call us homers, but it's okay. Like we're just getting back in the nick of things. You know what I'm saying? Like the gears are going. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing. And we saw a couple flashes from the defense, a couple flashes from A couple flashes from, the offense and, seeing Zach throw that pass, just like, man. But yeah, all that looked good. We had 205 passing yards, so that's pretty good. We went for 21 to 35. Not the best, but you know what? We're still slinging it. So that's, still got 2 touchdowns out of that. There was 1 interception, I believe. But that's just, first day growing pains, first game growing pains. So I liked what I saw. Our defense, obviously they stepped it up after that first touchdown that they had, but I'm not too worried about them. They did give up that really long run, but it's all good. I like what I saw. Obviously there's a bunch of improvements that we can do. But no, everybody looked good. Rushing, we did 203. So I'm not too mad at that. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm pretty optimistic. I liked the game last week, and I liked what I saw. Yeah, it was 14-7 at the half, and so I was a little worried there, just for a little bit, But then third quarter, really came in, and we kicked into gear, scored 14 points in the third quarter. And I think it was a good game to stretch our legs. Still a Big Sky team, right? So any Big Sky team, I'm not going to count them out, ever. Even I know they were 0-11 last year, but still. and I know we're not saying, I know we're like, oh man, I wish it had been a blowout, but it was 28-7, so like kind of a blowout, but not as big of a blowout as we thought it was going to be. But you're right. Yeah, Calzada did great. DeKalon Taylor did great. 79 yards, 14 carries, 2 touchdowns. Walthall did great as well.
Yeah, I think Jalen and Roy Alexander, man, that's going to be a 1-2 punch coming. Once they get the groove, hopefully they get the groove of things like they did this season or this past game. But man, once they really get going, especially this next game this week, man, they're going to be something special to watch.
Yeah. After they get it going, they are obviously our 2 primary targets. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do, and we're going to need that offense. We are going to need that offense against SDSU.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure. But like our whole receiving core is just, insane. Because whenever we need them, they step up. Josh Lowrick, he got 5 for 17, so he's catching passes. We just talked about Compton. Yeah, 1 reception, but hey, that reception was a receiving touchdown.
That's
so so we our receiving core is just pretty talented. But Jalen and Roy are going to be something special, and then Taylor and Robinson on the rushing end, like you said, 14 for 79, 16 for 79. Taylor had 2 touchdowns. Like it was good.
And we're going to need all of that. I'd like to see us do a lot more, keep our ground game going in this next week against SDSU. Keep the running. And, obviously, if you play NCAA 25, what's the one thing they keep saying? If you keep doing that running game, it's going to open up the passing lanes, and that's like the thing that I think Kirk Herbstreit says over and over and over again in that game, which is pretty funny. But it's true. I mean, if we establish the ground game early, I think we'll be fine. And I think we'll be able to open up our passing. And you don't want to let Calzada open up the passing if you're SDSU.
No, not at all. Because obviously he can sling it short. He can sling that rock pretty far. Yeah, but at the same time, our defense can't let up either.
No, they cannot.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got a stud quarterback. So he last game against OSU, 264 yards, 20 for 37, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So I believe this is his senior year. He's already had a Walter Payton Award. Like he's a
that's right.
Star.
Yeah, he's already done so much for SDSU. And just in their game last week, yes, and we can say what we want about FCS teams playing FBS teams, especially Power 5 FBS teams like SDSU played Oklahoma State in Stillwater, And I mean, the stats are still pretty impressive. Like if you're looking at Gronowski, right, from SDSU, 264 yards, 20 of 37, 2 TDs, 1 INT. Like, I mean, these are good stats.
Oh yeah, especially. I mean, Wild is their star receiver. He's going to be looking at him the whole time. Yeah, he still had 150 yards off of 7 receptions and 1 touchdown.
Exactly.
Like, so I think this past weekend, like I said, I think everything was clicking. 2 and 2, rushing and receiving. So I predict. I think that's going to be I think they're going to continue to pass more. That running game is really what's going to help us. They do have like you said though, like the running game for this week. Yeah, we're going to really need them. They have SDSU. They have 2 really good secondaries. And Tucker Large and and Dailies, and trying to cover them too. They might have to do a 2-man depending on how early we get off. How early we start to get off. So. It's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be a lot of offense, both sides. But
I'm hoping it will be a lot of offense. I mean, SDSU's offense is great, and I'm hoping we can really open up, those running lanes, like I was saying, but also begin to air it out. And if we can this is a good matchup, like Gronowski versus Calzada. These are 2 very experienced quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. For sure. And this week actually is the FCS Game of the Week from SB Nation. So
that's right.
That's going to be, they're putting us on a watch, as they should.
We're on the spotlight now.
So it's going to be interesting. I predict it's going to be 37-34. I think we'll get I think we're going to get a late touchdown and a stop to win the game.
Gotcha. All right, let's see. My prediction for this is going to be, honestly, that's a very good prediction. Because, I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it is. Shoot, I'm trying to think. 21, 28. I'm going to do 31-28.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still close.
UIW, obviously.
We might run the table early too, and then they might come back, and we come back again, and it's going to go, pound for pound.
I actually hope your prediction is more correct. I do want to see more of that offense. I know SDSU made good use of their kicker, who also is a veteran kicker over here, Hunter Dustman, and he made 2 in the last one against Oklahoma State. I expect to see the kickers brought into the game. I think we're going to be using our kickers as well. But I think it's going to be a more fun game. And this is one of those things where I think looking kind of like ahead. And I've been reading a lot of the SDSU, periodicals and, newspapers and stuff like that. And people are saying that, this is kind of a must-win game for SDSU. I was reading some interviews with some of the players too. And they're like, so, our goal is to get back here. And obviously we want to win against UIW, and they've really kind of marked this on their calendar. This is the first time that they have lost in 728 days, and they snapped the 29-game winning streak against OSU. So that's crazy. Of course, coming in consecutive national champions, but also one interesting other little fact is that they have a very young coach. At least, for SDSU, Jimmy Rogers, that was his first season last season. And of course, we were on our second season too with our head coach as well. So,
yeah, for sure.
That's an interesting stat as well.
Yeah, for sure. And, kind of looking ahead, UIW wins. We could see a shakeup in the coaches poll, last week we were sitting on 15 and now we're sitting at 11. South Dakota still number 1.
Yeah, an FBS loss won't change that, especially not to Oklahoma State.
Exactly, but a loss to UIW, a UIW win,
that would change it.
Put us in the top 5 and them on the bottom 10.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping Calzada can find some holes in their secondaries. They have, They have really great safety in Tucker Large, and then a great corner in Dallas Beanham. So I'm looking to see how Calzada is able to to find these routes and find these holes in the coverage. But I mean, this is the guy who beat Alabama. We got the Bama Slayer on our side, so there's that.
Bama Slayer, yeah, you're right. So yeah, we got a good receiving course. So I hope that goes through.
I'm excited to see what happens. I know this is a game you and I are both going to be like tuned in and like checking out. It's going to be a packed house for sure. SDSU always shows up. You want to see probably like 19,000 fans out there. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a raucous environment. This is one of those games where I'm like, man, I would have loved to have made it up to check it out, but obviously we'll be watching on TV and tweeting during the game and everything, or Xing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
Yeah. And right now I'm actually looking at their stadium. Man, it's a beautiful stadium.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very nice stadium.
Yeah. It's so it's definitely going to be loud there.
It's going to be very loud. In Brookings, of course. What's the weather like over there?
Let's see.
This is something I haven't looked up yet.
Let's see if we can find it real quick. It's gonna be in the 60s, so it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect weather. A little chilly, but
great weather
for our guys. But after running around, that body heats up. So,
man, I like their jumbotron. I know you and I have said this for a long time, but if there's one thing I want us to just replace at UIW, it's our jumbotron.
Our jumbotron, yeah.
Because I mean that's been the same one since you and I were there in 2009.
Yeah, it could use a little refresher.
That's it. I think we're gonna have to lead a Peck Em Podcast campaign and get a new jumbotron, make it more jumbo.
Right. Yeah.
It seats
19,000.
Yeah, and they fill it up, like they fill up their stadium.
Yeah.
And this is something I think you would probably know. South Dakota does not have a FBS football team, right? All they have is FCS, correct?
Yeah, I believe all they have is FCS.
Yeah, like so they have South Dakota State, and then it's very interesting how like the Dakotas, Montana, they really rely on their FCS up there.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All they have is FCS. Yep. Exactly.
That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. It'll be a great environment for our guys. And then, I mean, of course, next week we got Southern Illinois. Looking forward to that one as well. Obviously, we'll be back next week doing a prediction for that. But
yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think our predictions. I think we got some good ones.
Yeah.
This is a must-win for SDSU. Like, if they want to maintain their standing, this is a must-win game for them, and it's a litmus test for both teams. I think UIW, it also, like, this is a game that we should expect to come out here and fight to the end and in my opinion, win the game. But, obviously it's not going to be easy, but I think it'll be a fun ride, at 6 p.m. on Saturday.
Be there
or watch on TV or, however you do it. Go check out our guys over at Forever First. I'm sure they're going to have some watch party or something. I'm sure they're going to have something for it. And also shout out to the Jackrabbit fans on X who gave us a little shout out this past week, as well as, of course, all of our fellow Cardinals out there as well. So all of our Cardinal fans, hopefully we can pull out the win.
You have a couple games that we want to do a little predictions on?
Yeah, let's line some up here. We got number 10, Southern Illinois at Austin P. And SIU, this is a team we're playing next week. So this is a game for us to keep our eyes on, let's look at it. So I'm calling the SIU win on this. So what do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm going for Southern Illinois on this one.
I think that's a solid bet right there. I also, I'm just gonna go with that. How about next one? We got number 4 Montana at number 23 in North Dakota, not North Dakota State, North Dakota.
Oh yeah, I might go different from you, but give me the upset. I'm gonna go with North Dakota.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
They scored 3 points last week on Iowa State, so I mean that counts for something, right?
That counts for a lot. I mean, yeah, 3 points is 3 points, whatever,
Yeah.
But it's not enough for me to switch, so I'm gonna go with number 4 Montana on this and see how it. I'll play the favorite on this one. Now, we both might play the favorite on the next one. I don't know, but we have number 22 Nichols or Southland Conference teammates over here versus LSU.
I'm gonna go with LSU. I think we should make this one a little more fun. No offense to the Nichols. Y'all are awesome. We should predict how many. Well, we should have seen what the over and under is, but we should say for this one how much LSU is gonna score.
How much LSU is gonna score? Or how much Nichols is gonna score?
I'm gonna go with LSU.
Ooh. Okay. What if we say like above 40 or above 50 or something like that? Like,
Yeah, well, I would have to check the line, and I don't have it in front of me. I'd say, yeah, it's gonna be over 50 points though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that too. I think it's be plus 15.
Okay, well then, I guess we're not going against the grain. This will be a dual pick, for both of us.
No. Yeah, LSU 50 plus. None of us is gonna get too adventurous on this, and I think that's okay. All I'm saying is I on my NCAA 25, I took Kent State and LSU and beat them by like 30 points. So
yeah.
So if Nichols can pull off some Kent State action, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Another FBS FCS, but not quite Death Valley. But up in Denton, we got Stephen F. Austin playing North Texas, another Southland Conference team here. So, what do you think on this one?
I think this one's gonna be close. I'm gonna go with North Texas, but I think it will be close though.
All right.
I don't know about 1 point close with your Texas Tech.
Yeah,
Raiders close, but Abilene, but at 1 point. But I think it's gonna be a lot closer than what people might realize.
Yeah, I want to see SFA do good in this. So yeah, I want to see SFA do good. The shout out to the Rev over there. I'd like to. I'm gonna go SFA. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Do it.
I want to see the upset. I'm pulling for it. And I saw what happened last week with Abilene Christian and my own Texas Tech, right? And oddly enough, North Texas is playing Texas Tech next weekend, so that should be a fun game. So I'll be watching this one intently as well. So we'll see. I'm watching it for multiple reasons: for SFA, for UIW, and for North Texas for Tech. But yeah, this is good. This is good. And then I know you are a Texas Longhorn fan, of course, and so your Longhorns are going into Michigan this week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
That should be a great. It's I think 11 a.m. College game day game, right?
Yep. That's what's gonna be. So perfect. It'll be a perfect day for football, college football. UT is gonna be playing. 11.
That's right.
UIW in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
UCLA is in the evening as well. So
that's right. You're a UCLA fan. Who's UCLA playing too?
They are playing Indiana.
Okay. Indiana. So, well, I think they should win that one.
Yeah. And funny enough, for reasons of being like accepted, a long time ago after high school, I also really like Hawaii. And this past weekend at UCLA,
Hawaii.
Yeah, UCLA and Hawaii played against each other.
Wait. So who won?
UCLA by 3.
Okay. Oh, hey, that's a close game then.
16-13. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it was close. It wasn't like a crazy outing for either or, but UCLA came back in the third and the fourth. But yeah, so it was good. It was okay. Nothing
close game, but I mean
nothing to grab at.
Another game to watch late at night, of course, is Texas Tech at Washington State.
There we go.
9 p.m. kickoff.
There we go. We got that NCAA after dark.
after dark over here. And Washington State, of course, Cam Ward's old school, and you and I have a soft spot for Washington State. So
that we do.
But my soft spot is gone this week because I want Texas Tech to beat them, obviously. It was a whole story we'll tell y'all probably Alamo Bowl season or something.
Yeah. We'll do a special edition on that one.
We'll do a special edition on that one. But speaking of Cam Ward, we got Miami playing, and man, they had a great game last week against Florida.
Yeah.
Cam Ward went off 41-17.
Wow.
That is, Cam Ward, I think it looks like he found a pretty good home over there in Miami. Very, very proud of the former Cardinal.
For sure.
And they're playing Florida A&M this weekend at 5 p.m. So should also be fun just to see Cam play out there. But yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend, a good day of football, and then NFL's back. So,
man, yeah, NFL's back now. NFL's back. Who do you got in your fantasy team?
Who do I have? I got some good players. I got the Cheetah. I got Tyreek Hill.
Oh, nice.
So, excuse me. That's gonna be I can't wait to have him running up. I inadvertently got kind of a lot of Miami players. So,
did you really?
Yeah, I got two. I got the running back. I did get Brendan Ayuk. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty stacked on my receivers. So I got Devontae Smith from the Eagles, Ravens defense.
Nice.
I got Aubrey. He's Dallas's kicker. And then every year, I always get Tyler Lockett. He usually saves me a couple games. So I'm excited to have him for like the 6th year in a row.
Dang. Okay, that is a run right there with him. I got Joe Burrow for my QB.
Nice.
I got Breece Hall running back, and I always get a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs players. Like I've had Mahomes, I think, for the past 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
As my QB, he was snatched the round right before me, and so I'm pretty upset about that. But so I don't have any Kansas City players. I don't have him or Kelsey this year, but I got Burrow, Breece Hall. I got Amari Cooper. I got Mike Evans, but I think I got a pretty decent team this year. We'll see how it goes. This is heating up in our fantasy league this year, and I'm sure y'all will hear us talk about it as we go through the league. But
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it should be pretty fun. Great weekend in general for football coming up. So hopefully y'all get to check out some games. But obviously, most importantly, tune in at 6 p.m. Cheer on the Cardinals playing South Dakota State. We gave you all our predictions, and so, be sure and check out the game. And I don't know, is there anything else you got to say, Joel?
No, that's it. Everybody just have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, everyone. And until next time, Peck Em.
Peck Em.